What's up, everyone? Mr. NoobTube Gamer. Today we're playing Call of Duty 1 in 2022, the very first Call of Duty game that came out almost 2 decades ago. 19 years, 2003. So today we're going way back. And it being the first Call of Duty game and it being so old, it's going to play a lot differently than the Call of Duty games that you're probably used to if you're watching this video. Maybe you started with Call of Duty 4, maybe you started with Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, or maybe you're really new to the series that Vanguard was your first COD. Either way, Call of Duty 1 is a very different game than most of the CODs that you've played. You'll notice right off the bat when you start playing this game, there's no kill streaks, no perks, no create a class, all the things that you come to know of Call of Duty didn't exist back then with COD 1. The map design is also very different, and even the core gunplay doesn't feel much like the newer CODs. And you can probably tell what I mean by looking at the gameplay. I mean, the gunplay is definitely a lot less responsive than a game like COD 4 is. You can't really compare the shooting in Call of Duty 1 to any of the modern games. The guns feel totally different, and also there's no sprint in COD 1. You can't sprint, you can't automatically regen health like you can in most of the CODs. You actually have to pick up health packs scattered around the map in order to regen health. So the balancing and the pacing of the game is very, very different from the rest of the series. Really, the only thing that carried over from COD 1 into the other games is the kill cam. You know, that was always the defining feature of the COD series that actually started with the first game, Call of Duty 1. Me personally, I think the gameplay still holds up very well. I have a lot of fun playing Call of Duty 1 even to this day, and even as someone who didn't play it back in 2003 when it was during its prime. The first time I played Call of Duty 1 was back in 2010, so I have played it for a long time, and I do have some nostalgia for it, but I played Modern Warfare 2 and World at War before I played Call of Duty 1. But despite that, I still had a lot of fun with COD 1, and I still do to this day. It's very different from the COD experience that I'm used to, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm one of the people that thinks that a good game will always be a good game, no matter how much time has passed. COD 1's definitely one of those cases. And I'm obviously not the only one that thinks that, because almost 20 years later, the online community is still thriving. You can still play online in 2022, no problem. I'm able to play pretty much any time of the day. There is one server that's most populated. It's called Nexus Team Deathmatch, so it's a TDM server, really. Can't really play other game modes that much, but this is a server based in the UK, and, you know, despite me living in the East Coast in the United States, I can get a decent ping. I get like 120 milliseconds, which isn't great, but it's still playable. Definitely give a little bit of caution to someone that may live further from the UK than I do. Like if you're in the West Coast in the United States, or if you're in like, I don't know, South America. I've seen plenty of people connecting from South America and India and get automatically kicked out by the server for having too high pings. So yeah, your mileage may vary depending on where you live. There really aren't too many other servers out there, but that one server can get pretty busy during peak hours. And peak hours is usually like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the evening in the East Coast, which is like 10 o'clock in the UK. And I don't even think they use a 12-hour clock in the UK. I think they use a 24-hour clock. So that's 2200 for my viewers across the pond. That's when you'll find the most players. It's a 64-player server. I've never quite seen it get to 64, but I've seen it come to like 40, 48. And when it gets that busy, it gets really crazy because the game's obviously not designed. The maps are not designed to accommodate that many players, so it can kind of become a bit of a clusterfuck. My personal preference, I don't like it when there's more than 18 players. 18 players is fine because most of the maps are big. But anything like higher than 18, 20 players, I'm really not a big fan. And of course, I'm playing on PC. The game is also available on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. They released a console version years ago, like it was an HD remaster or whatever. Nobody plays on the consoles anymore, so don't even bother if you're trying to play online. PC is the only way to go for online multiplayer these days. And something you should know about playing the game online on PC is that the official version you buy from Steam, which is the newest version, 1.5, actually doesn't have any players at all. All the servers are empty as fuck. You actually have to downgrade the game to 1.1, which you can do for free. You don't even have to pay for the game, because when you buy the game, it's actually pointless, because you can't actually play it with a legitimate version. You actually have to have a pirated version to enjoy the game in 2021. And it's very easy to find a link. I'm not going to give it to you because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube or Activision or whoever. But just look up Call of Duty 1.1. It's pretty easy to crack. I actually have a cracked version of Call of Duty 1 with the 1.1 update. Single player doesn't work, but multiplayer does. So if I want to play single player, I'll play the official Steam version, which I do own. But yeah, with multiplayer, you gotta find like a cracked torrent of the older version because for some reason, I don't know why, nobody plays on the newest, latest version, which is definitely, you know, that definitely hurts the player count over time. If like it's not as accessible as the other COD games, you could just come in and join a server. You actually have to know what you're doing in Call of Duty 1. You have to know that nobody plays on the newer version that they play on the older version. That's not common knowledge, you know, for the average person. So I'm sure more people would be playing if that wasn't a thing. If everyone just played on 1.5, I'm sure the game would be in an even better place. But whatever. I mean, people still play it. It's still very much alive. And like I said throughout the video, it's a lot of fun. Personally, one of my favorite World War II FPS games of all time. So I could easily recommend this game to anybody, whether you're a Call of Duty fan or not. If you just like FPS games in general, if you never played this before, I think you'll really like it. So yeah, that's COD 1 in 2022. Let me know what you guys think about Call of Duty 1 in the comments down below. Have you ever played it before? And how much do you like it compared to the other Call of Duty games that you may have played before? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.